Hello and welcome to episode 4 of VCN podcast. I'm your host Meet Ramakrishnan alongside Akash Biswas, and here we are just hours away from the summit clash, India versus New Zealand in Dubai, the Champions Trophy final 2025. And what to expect? Well, historically speaking, or the recent form, if you put into perspective, India would be the runaway favorites, but are they? Because there's a certain jinx that is associated when New Zealand plays India in the finals. Two finals these two have played, and what has been the result? Well, Akash, what are those jinx, and why are we saying that India, despite being the favorites, are not really? History doesn't favor them.
Because any overseas team seems dangerous when it's crucial, it's a knockout game. But as we speak about the jinx, back in 2000 Champions Trophy final, in fact it was the first ICC tournament for Yuvraj Singh.
Yeah.
He made his debut in that series, but it was sort of Ganguly's team. The captain scored 100. Sachin Tendulkar, the great, he also scored a 50. But Chris Crane stole the show, and then India lost the game. 21 years later, in the first ever WTC final, these both teams were once again up against each other. Then a little bit resilience shown by Virat Kohli, the captain, and his deputy Ajinkya Rahane. But again, Kyle Jamieson stole the show there, and the rest was done by Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor. So we lost there again. And now, 4 years down the line, again these two teams are up against each other, and again an ICC trophy is at stake.
Yeah, ICC trophy at stake. 25 years since that 2000 final Champions Trophy. So yeah, a lot of history behind this. But look at New Zealand. Those two wins against India, that is their only world titles or ICC tournament titles, so to speak. There have been four other finals they've been part of, but all of them they have lost. Champions Trophy 2009 to Australia, 2015 World Cup final to Australia, 2021 T20 World Cup again to Australia, and of course you can't forget the 2019 World Cup final to England. So in a way, New Zealand would be more than happy to face India other than any other team which is not named Australia or England to see. So a lot of significance associated there with India. Another big significance moment for India in this Champions Trophy could be, and we are just speculating here, Akash, and that is this could be the last of Rohit and Virat Kohli together in an ICC tournament that we could be seeing. And the reason we say that is, look, Rohit Sharma is 38 years old.
The age factor.
Age factor is there. Virat Kohli is 36. Yeah, that's about it. So not really a possibility wherein you see a Rohit and a Kohli in an ICC tournament again after this.
Very well could be, because as you said, in 2027 the next ODI World Cup is there in South Africa. So by then Rohit will be, I guess, 40, Kohli will be, I guess, 38, 39 or something around that. But it also depends upon their body, how the body allows. If the body allows them to play there, I think they will be there. But more than that, if we speak specifically about Rohit Sharma, then how many years are we behind that World Cup? Two. And we, on that note, if we look at the past instances, I mean, when MS Dhoni passed the baton to Kohli, he gave him 2 years to prepare the team for the 2019 World Cup. Then came 2021 when or 2020-2021 when Virat Kohli left the captaincy spot, and it was eventually given to Rohit Sharma. He also had some 1.5 or 2 years in hand to prepare the team for that big tournament. So by
2023 World Cup.
that 2023 World Cup. So going by that theory, if we look at it, it's the right time to pass the captaincy to some other, and like other countries, like for example, recently Josh Butler relinquished his captaincy, but for England Cricket Board it's a big challenge to find his successor. But in India we don't have that kind of a problem, because we have been trying different options for the last couple of years or so. And now that when someone like a Shubman Gill has been made the vice captain in this tournament, the message is pretty clear that the team management, the selectors, and the BCCI as a whole are looking at someone younger who can reclaim that position, or make his place, cement his place, and could take the baton forward, to take the legacy forward. So yes, this is the perfect time if Rohit Sharma makes a decision out of it. But the other thing which can be done here is the captaincy part that can be given to someone else. It could be Shubman Gill or someone else, or the team management could come up with another plan that they might ask Rohit Sharma to stay, because Shubman Gill is very raw.
Yeah.
He has so much time with him, but still, he needs a hand above his head. So Rohit Sharma could be there. He may not be a regular part of this ODI setup, could not be the captain after the Champions Trophy. Who knows? But yes, this could be the other possibility. But if we speak specifically about their future in the 2027 World Cup, I don't see them playing.
You don't see them playing, and again, it's about practicality. You look at it
Yeah,
at how long can you go. I mean, from an Indian fans perspective, you would want them to go on for a
absolutely. Yeah,
long time, but that may not be the possibility. And as you rightly mentioned, it's about passing on the baton. In white ball formats, your transition or your team is built in that World Cup cycle every 4 years,
absolutely. Yeah.
at least in the ODI format. And this probably is the right time in that way that Shubman Gill gets that time to build a team on his own. And as you mentioned, that takes us to the actual match in itself, which is New Zealand versus India. What we have been the overriding kind of narrative has been how strong India have been because of the spin attack, because of the conditions that they are playing in. But Akash, for me, if there is any side which can counter this bowling attack, is probably New Zealand. How do you see this match weighing up? I'm not talking about matchups, but in general, how New Zealand have been really good. We have known them to be punching their above their weights in ICC tournaments. They've been to the finals. They are getting there. Kane Williamson is there. You have a Ravindra there. Interesting subplot there. You have a Virat Kohli and a Kane Williamson, the Fab Four, the two of the greatest of the Fab Four. You may have potentially the two next best of the next generation in
Plus, their pace
Shubman
attack is
Gill,
also doing very well.
very well. Shubman Gill and Ravindra, and the pace attack also. Yeah, I mean, even the spinners, Mitchell Santner has been a fantastic captain. So overall, India versus New Zealand, how do you see this weighing up?
Well, I would like to give a little extra edge to India, because obviously New Zealand are the second best team in this tournament. That's why they are in the final. The best one is India because they are unbeaten so far. But if you compare both teams' performances, right, New Zealand have performed at their best level in Pakistan, but
Yeah,
not in Dubai. They
right.
played just one game against India and they could not succeed. They were, beaten by India's spin attack. We are carrying four spinners, which is a gutsy move in itself, and we did it, and we got good results. In fact, in the semi final, which was a knockout, we defeated Australia with that weapon, and I'm pretty much sure that India are going to use it again for the third time in a row in this tournament. And all those four spinners are not going to leave these, New Zealand Kiwi batters.
Yeah.
And now, if you speak about their performance in Dubai conditions, this could be another topic that they might learn a quick lesson from their mistakes, what they did in Dubai last week, and they come with some surprises and uh, get your back. But I'm not sure about it, because India have counted on their strength. They have deployed regular spinners more than any other team has done in this entire tournament. So that's going to be the key for India. New Zealand, now that they have acquired the taste of India's spin bowling,
Yeah.
they will be much cautious than before. And yes, as we have been speaking about Ravindra, Kane Williamson did not fire in the initial stage of the tournament, but after that India game, he started, doing that as well. He came into his zone. That
Yeah.
could be one factor to watch out for. So yes, if you ask me, how much weightage does New Zealand team has in comparison to what the matchup we speak of? Uh, India is, I'd say that India would be on the higher side, but yes, the challenge is not going to be easy for either teams.
Yeah, that's absolutely the point. They were brushed aside, literally brushed aside. But as you mentioned, having had the taste, they would be better prepared. And we have to also take into consideration the kind of pitches that might be there, because remember, India also have struggled the
Yeah,
in that league game that we are talking about.
the batting
india
hasn't
did
been easy.
India did have a scare with losing their top three against the likes of Matt Henry, Kyle Jamieson. So that there could be the chance for New Zealand where they just surprise India with that top three. Of course, in that game, the middle order came to the party. You had a Shreyas Iyer giving you decent runs. You had Axar Patel giving you some decent amount of runs. But would you expect New Zealand heading into the game in the sense thinking this is where our best chance is? Surprise them with the new ball, even if they're batting bowling first or bowling second, and then hope against all hopes that Virat Kohli, the chase master, has a rare failure. Hope they put Shreyas Iyer under pressure. Hope they put the Axar Patels and your Hardik Pandyas under pressure. So in terms of matchups, what is the most interesting matchup that you would say would define the match in itself? For me, there are many possibilities. You have a Mohammad Shami versus that Rachin Ravindra Will Young. You have Rachin Ravindra Williamson and Tom Latham, the best in form or best adept middle order to face Indian spinners. On the flip side, you have the likes of Matt Henry, who's still unavailable though, or a Mitchell Santner really bottling down your Shreyas Iyers and Virat Kohli's. Which is that one matchup that you're looking at and saying this could define the final?
See, simple funda. If India are chasing, then no one can take the game away from them. That we have seen in the previous couple of games or so. Yeah, in terms of matchups, if India are batting first, then they might get face a little bit trouble, as you said, because New Zealand's pacers are clicking. I mean, they are ticking all the right boxes. They have done so far. Kyle Jamieson is there, William O'Rourke is there, and then their spinners are left with a least to do,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
But the scenario changes when the opposition is chasing. Opposition like India are chasing, that too in Dubai, where they have already won 4 games in a row. So that's one point. And if you speak about the matchups, I think it would be a tough task for New Zealand batters to face those 4 spinners one
Spinners.
again, and especially if New Zealand are going to chase and all those spinners come into business, they will be prepared. They are prepared already, and I don't think, since the trophy is at stake, they are going to be more dangerous than before. They will go all guns blazing. That's what I feel. And I don't think, apart from either Rachin Ravindra or Kane Williamson, no other batter is going to stand against those 4 spinners.
Spinners.
Because if we also look at the stats of these 4 spinners, even we read it today in the newspaper as well, that Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarthy, Axar Patel, and Ravindra Jadeja all have their share of efficiency at different points
Of
of
the
the
game,
game.
yeah.
This quartet of spinners are going to compress New Zealand if New Zealand is batting second.
That's very interesting in that sense because New Zealand's only loss in this tournament came against India while they were chasing. All their 3 wins had come while defending the total. So clearly New Zealand do favor defending more than chasing. But if they go by that logic, then they are playing into India's hand, who have been really good chasers. India, 2 wins while chasing, 2 wins while defending. So there's really no chink in that armor here. And from a perspective of looking at how this on paper India versus New Zealand could play out, so that is it from us, guys. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. We will be back again after the Champions Trophy final. Whoever wins, be it India, be it New Zealand, we'll be here to analyze that game, declutter the news, give you sharp insights and analysis for that as well. Till that time, enjoy the Champions Trophy game. Thank you.